everybody, it's Jerry, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Russian honey cake. This is a cake that basically has 8 thin layers of cake, and it's got a sour cream frosting. It's a little bit of work to make, but really not too difficult. And I'm going to show you how to make a 6-inch cake, so if you just double all of the ingredient amounts, then you can make a 9-inch cake, but we're going to make a 6-inch one. So let's get started. We're going to start by making our agave mixture, and this is to simulate the burnt honey. So we're going to take a half a cup of agave and 1 tablespoon of molasses. You can skip the molasses if you like, and we're going to heat this over medium heat and bring it to a boil, and we want to keep cooking it until it reaches 250 degrees. So check that with the thermometer. When it goes over 250 degrees, then turn the heat off and set that aside. Now we're going to take a mixing bowl and place 2 teaspoons of psyllium husk and 1 cup of water. Mix it together and just let it sit for a minute to thicken. Then we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of vegan butter, and then pour in the agave mixture. Add 1/2 cup of sugar, and cream everything together. The butter should pretty much melt from the heat of the agave mixture, so that should come together pretty easily. And just mix that all together. And then we're going to add 1/2 cup of brown rice flour, 1/2 cup of millet flour, 1/2 cup of tapioca flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum. And mix that all together to form a batter, and then we're going to just manually beat that by hand for a minute. Let it thicken a little bit. And then we're going to take a baking sheet with some Silpat on top, or if you don't have that, you can use parchment paper. And we're going to make 8 of these layers. So we're going to take the batter and just spread it out into 6-inch circles. And you can check that with the base of a 6-inch springform pan, and just spread it out to the proper size. And then we're going to bake that at 375 degrees for about 8 to 10 minutes, basically until the edges get nice and golden brown. And continue making more of these layers. We're going to make 8 altogether, so if you have more Silpats and baking sheets, you can use more, or if you need to reuse your Silpats, then you want to cut out the 6-inch circles by using your springform pan as a guide, and just cut around those circles and take all of the excess and set it aside, because we're going to use that later. And then you can carefully remove the layers and put them between pieces of wax paper. And just set those aside until they cool. Meantime, we're going to make our filling and frosting. So we're going to take 2 cups of vegan sour cream, place that in the saucepan along with 1 cup of powdered sugar and 2 teaspoons of agar powder. And then we're going to heat that up over medium heat, whisking that all together. And as you heat that up, that'll all sort of melt together. And just bring that to a boil and just cook it for a minute after it boils until everything is completely dissolved. And then we're going to set that aside, let it cool, and then chill it until it's completely chilled. And so we'll have a nice thick consistency to that. And place that in a stand mixer and whip that over medium speed until it's nice and whipped up. And then we're going to take a can of coconut milk, which has been chilled overnight, and scoop out the thick cream from the top. And just add that into the bowl and let that all whip together. And just continue whipping that until it's all nice and smooth and creamy. Now we're ready to assemble everything, so we're going to take the first layer, place it on our surface or cake plate, and scoop some of the filling on top, and then spread that out to the edges, making sure that it's nice and flat on the top. And then place the next layer on top of that. And just repeat the same process until we've completed all of the layers. And then place the last layer on top, and then we're going to frost the top and sides. And then place that in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. Meantime, we're going to take all of the remaining pieces of our layers, place it in a food processor, and we're going to grind that into crumbs. And then just take those crumbs and with your hands just cover the top and sides with the crumbs. Gets kind of messy, but just use all of the excess and continue filling all the holes with your hands. And then clean up all the excess crumbs and chill the cake overnight, and you're ready to serve. Thanks everybody for watching. Please tune in next time for some more recipes, and remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you then.